Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Reports. It's good to have you join us. I am Yomi Otaigbe. Today we'll take you to communities surrounding the Lekki Conservation Area where residents from several estates are united in a peaceful protest against the ongoing electricity supply crisis. We'll also hear from eyewitnesses the intervention of the Lagos State government on road infrastructure. Stay tuned for details of these and more. We begin from the Lekki area of Lagos State, where residents of Orchard Road and neighboring estates organized a peaceful protest to voice their frustrations over inadequate electricity supply from the electricity distribution company. While the distribution company is addressing these challenges, this report sheds light on the experiences of residents who endure the hardship of frequent blackouts.
On the bustling Orchard Road, residents from multiple estates within the Lekki Conservation Area gathered to protest the persistent power outages that have plagued their neighborhood for months. This peaceful demonstration brought together families, business owners and community leaders, all united in their quest for reliable electricity.
One day on, one day off. Every day one talk to another, no more. We pay our bills, give us light.
The power supply has been so erratic that we cannot even plan. Businesses are collapsing around us. We don't even have a good life standard anymore. At the moment, we use diesel. We use diesel from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. nearly every night. And running generator for 12 hours, for example, in my own estate, is too expensive that we cannot even bear the burden anymore. You live in a country, in this current age, not the dark ages anymore. Electricity should be readily available to everybody. So we are begging. The economic situation in the country is bad. They are even making it worse for the residents of this particular neighborhood. So we are begging for them to come to our rescue.
1 day on, 2 days off. 2 days on, 1 day off. We don't even know what band we are. We were on band A. We're built for it for over 2 years until we complained about it, and they said, okay, no problem. They'll take us back to band B. Band B we are on now, and the band B is like band Z. That's how bad it is. So we don't even know what band we are because as we are talking, there's no power anywhere. And we are not saying we understand the power deficit is infrastructural issues. Let people in, let the power companies, TCN, Disco, and the generating companies invest in their power assets to be able to deliver adequate power to the businesses and neighborhoods around here. All the businesses here, I can tell you that they've all closed down. Even myself, I had a business I had to shut down. I couldn't afford my power rates anymore because of diesel. Estates are running at a deficit because they have blended power. They can no longer continue with it.
EKUTC, give us light. Orchard Road residents' lives matters too. Give us light. Every night generator diesel, no more. We don't want to raise our children in darkness. Give us light.
It is terrible economically when you try to get, especially now that things are so expensive, when you now get things in bulk and you try to store them and you just discover that there is no power, no light, so everything gets spoiled. So it's a lot of wastage. We are just appealing to them to please come to our aid. They should stop this wastage. There is no money in the country. The economy is bad. So if we now try to manage, they should not compound our problems. Our people that live in the mainland, they are always commending IKDC, Ikeja Electric. So we expect better treatment from EKDC. We are appealing to them. We are begging them to please give us light. If we are in Band A, let us enjoy Band A. But if we are not in Band A, let us know. We cannot continue like this.
The impacts of the constant power outages was deeply felt by local businesses. Godwin, silent operator, was among many forced to seek costly alternatives to power their operations.
Now you go suppose even pay myself. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Like, it's getting worse by day. It's not helping issues. The government should just come to our head because things are getting worse. We just running the gen over time, and to get the fuel now, you know how it is. You don't even get it, it's very expensive. Things are just getting worse. It's not even helping issues.
So can you tell me how much you spend on average in a day when you're using a gen?
Okay, we do estimate like you can do like 20,000 for 5 hours on the fuel every day. That's estimately. Before the day runs out, we are doing like 40,000 every day. Yes, that's what we spend.
Don't you think that's enough to discourage you in the business?
It's discouraging me already because nothing is coming out. By the end of the time, you see that you spend and you don't get anything returned.
No more, just come back and place, man.
Despite the diversity of the community, which spans various economic classes, all residents share a common frustration regarding the unreliable electricity supply.
It's been up and down. We've been having engagements with EKDC in the past, and they've been responsive. There was a time we had the federal government intervention through the Willing Buyer, Willing Seller program. We keyed into it, and EKDC gave us a company to manage the power assets within this area called Denmark. And they came, of course, they did very well, and we had relative power at that time. But sometime in 2020, all of that changed for whatever reason we can't understand. And it's been downhill all this while. We've been having serious power issues, outages that you cannot explain for days on end. And we got EKDC, we had several meetings with the top management. They came in, did some revamping of assets that they have within this community, but that has not really cut it. Within this community, we have estates who actually are on prepaid. These are paying customers. These are people who are ready and willing to make their payments, no estimated billing. So you're sure of what you're getting. We have over 50,000 residents around here in about 5,000 homes, or even not even more. So it's guaranteed payment for you. So what we don't understand is why we keep having these power outages from EKDC. We've tried, we've engaged, to be candid and to be fair to them. They've engaged us as well. But we keep hearing that TCN is the issue. TCN has brought in a transformer, 4 transformers since last year. They refused to energize up until about 2 or 3 days ago. They were energized, 75 MVA transformer in Ajah. They have 2 other ones at Agungi. But that is not enough. We want a dedicated line to this axis. This is the fastest growing community within the Lekki axis. In the last 4 years, at least nothing less than 4,000 homes have been built here, and more are still coming. So when we get things like this and we are having this kind of issues, we are only trying to create the awareness that this is a big problem, that the government on its own needs to step in on behalf of the community.
In the nearby Lafiaji community, the situation is even more dire.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Fine. Good. Welcome.
Mr. Priye Angaye shared the unpleasant experience of running a diesel generator for months, adding to the financial burden on residents.
Basically running on generator, inverter batteries and solar. This has been the case for the past 15 months. I wonder when this gen utilization will come to an end. We think it's an embarrassment to Lagos State that a community will be in darkness for the past 15 months. I mean, it's really very painful because we have made all attempts. We visited the EKDC office. We have appealed. We've even employed the services of a consultant to ensure that, this whole thing is resolved amicably. We have made reports to FCCPC. We're mostly prepaid customers. You see that we all have our meters. So it's not a case of that we're owing in any form. All our meters have energy, have units in them. But we've been shut off, for the past 15 months. And I think it's really unfair. We're appealing to those, responsible for the restoration of power to do its possible best to ensure that this suffering, comes to an end. You can imagine a number of landlords have even left their houses. Those who built for tenants, to occupy are all empty. You can see that the next houses to mine, they're all empty. That building there is equally having just about 2 tenants. An apartment that's capable of having about 12 tenants. That's because there's no power in the community.
Community efforts to improve the electricity situation were thwarted. For instance, a transformer purchased and installed by residents was not connected.
It got to the point where we, even as a community, came together and then we had to buy a transformer, which we donated to the community for the, light situation. But even till this moment, the transformer is abandoned. It's there, not being utilized, because even EKDC would not agree to get that connected.
Why would they agree to get something connected?
I wouldn't understand why they are choosing not to. You said the other transformer wasn't functional. We made an effort. We got you a transformer. You're still not willing to make use of it. And then you just keep us in perpetual darkness for 15 years. Well, ideally, we should have a minimum of, 3 transformers. But for the past years, we've had just 1. So everybody is dependent on that 1 transformer. And every now and then you hear issues of, it's broken down. There's a problem with it. And we've been managing as a community to fix it. But when it got to a point where, there was no way to manage, and then EKDC came in the name of that we were owing bills, and therefore they were going to cut us off, that was the end. Ever since that activity was carried out, we've been in perpetual darkness.
A few days after the protest, Deco Distribution Company addressed the residents' concerns. In a telephone conversation, Mr. Babatunde Lasaki, General Manager of Corporate Communications and Strategy for the distribution company, announced that a new feeder had been energized for the community and that 3 substations had been worked on and commissioned. The positive development was further confirmed by Bode Akinwade, the vice chairman of the Residents Association, who reported a significant improvement in power supply following the company's response. The collective efforts of the community, combined with the distribution company's actions, offer hope for a more reliable electricity supply in the future.
Our children with constant darkness.
That is what we want. Peace. After this one is
war. Welcome back. The Lagos State government is intensifying efforts to rehabilitate deteriorating road sections across the state in anticipation of the upcoming rainy season. This update follows eyewitness concerns over the state of inner roads, which were highlighted in previous editions of the program.
During our last visit, sections of Ijai Road were in dire conditions, riddled with potholes and inundated with murky waters due to clogged drains. This crucial route, which connects Ojudubega to other key areas in Ogba, impacted not only motorists and commuters, but also local traders.
This road is too bad, more than too bad. I don't know what government is doing for this road. It has been long. Let them help us to do this road, please. That's my only advice. They should help us to do this road. This road has been long. Many people are passing. This is major road.
Before now, even when it rained, this place used to be flooded. That even the flood can move these buses they park here, okay? But then within 10 minutes, you will not see the flood again. You will not see the water again. You will be surprised, what happened? What happened? But immediately they did that gutter last year, the water could not flow again. It could not flow again. Coupled with this bin that got broken, you can see it, one is here, one is there, one is there.
This water is supposed to be
under. We, the residents, these are our shops. Most times, we call these aboki people. We give them money. They will dock the under. They will clear the under so that there will be an easy flow of water. But since that bin got broken, we couldn't do anything. The water cannot flow under again. Everything is now pouring on the road.
Key institutions such as the Area G Police Command, the National Institute of Journalism and the Zonal Office of the West African Examination Council are situated along the road. The drains have been frequently blocked with debris, worsening the flooding problems during rainfall. After years of public demand, a road maintenance crew from the Lagos State Public Works Corporation, LSPWC, undertakes asphalt milling and sealing on a section of the road. The agency finalized rehabilitation efforts, which includes resurfacing, repairing drainage systems, and improving road markings.
You couldn't imagine what we've gone through here. Dust, no customers. You can imagine this Christmas that passed. You know, we're on fashion business. We didn't see anybody to buy anything. because the road is not motorable. Okay, it was not motorable, it was not passable, it was not trackable, it was not arcadable, it was not everything, workable, nothing. So no access for the customers to come, even the ones that has cars and the ones that doesn't have car. So it affected us. When I mean, at a certain time, we were shattered, we were confused, we were like, let's go and look for shop another place. It's not been easy, but for today, I thank God. It will boost the business.
I thank God for Lagos State government and for their, timely intervention. Though it has taken a lot of time, and a lot of businesses, activities around in this environment has actually suffered, but finally, at last, they have come to our rescue. Let me encourage Lagos State government to look at the suburbs. Look at the suburbs. There are some of the streets that has never been touched right from the time the road were created. So they should go to the suburbs. The linkages to some of the major roads, they should pay attention to those ones. That will reduce the congestion on the major streets, on the major road in Lagos.
The project is being executed in 3 phases, covering over 1.3 kilometers.
What we're doing is to ensure that this long, troubled axis of Ogba-Ogun-Ijayi Road gets the full attention of the Lagos State government. And we began actually by fixing the drains and then desilting all of the drains that were clogged by years and years of debris. We had to remove a whole lot of issues, and we've done that intervention and it's completed. Now we're fixing the pavement in asphalt. It's a continuous project. Like I told you, Mr. Governor has given us the instruction to ensure that we finish this very quickly. So we're not going to stop. Like you know, our slogan is we never stop working. So on this particular one, we're not going to stop working. Immediately we conclude this particular first 2 phases, we commence the 3rd phase.
In addition, the Public Works Corporation is nearing completion of a similar rehabilitation project on the Rickmore Road in Surulere. Interlocking paving stones are being used to restore the failed sections.
The road is divided into 2 sections. So this one is 170 meter long, and the other section is 152 meter long. So there was a need to rehabilitate this road, because of the security reasons and the constant flooding whenever it rains during the rainy season. So Mr. Governor, in his, he said that this road should be fixed so that it's going to be motorable and then less troublesome during rainy season because of the constant flooding, overflowing of the drainage. So paving stones absorbs water more. Water goes into the ground more, and then that saves a lot of surface water from pooling. Before we go into any road, we have to also deal with the drainage, because you cannot fix the road without handling the drainage. So before we came in, we moved into the road, into the paving. The road, the drainages have been desilted before we commenced work here. So the drainages are cleared, and then because we've been here, we'll always, from time to time, we'll always come back to desilt and desilt.
Ongoing inspections and maintenance of roads are being conducted across the state.
We are working in all local governments and LCDAs in Lagos State, and then we'll continue working, and then we'll make more decisions to see the roads that need urgent interventions. And then of course, with CPWC, we have enough capacity to do a major road like this that used to be awarded to foreign contractors, to big contractors, sorry. But now we are the ones fixing, because we have the capacity with the backing of the governor of Lagos State.
The Lagos State Public Works Corporation assures that it will continue to monitor road conditions to ensure their longevity. This initiative not only supports economic growth, but also enhances the quality of life for residents.
Eyewitness Report empowers you to be a change agent in your community. Share your stories through pictures and videos. Simply capture the activities happening around you and upload them to the Eyewitness platform on the Channels TV app. To get started, launch the app, navigate to the Eyewitness section on the menu, and follow the instructions to upload your story. That's it on this edition of the program. We look forward to seeing you again next week. I'm Yomi Otaigbe.